First of all, I'd like to welcome the British press, and I know it was a busy time with the Olympics coming up, and David, I know, is trying to get away on holiday. I am, and I suppose a few other people are, to avoid the Olympics, the traffic, so we'll get on with it. And I'd like to say a few thank yous first, because I think it is quite important. I'd like to thank our sponsors, Southwark Metals, Westminster Waste, for sticking by us and encouraging us through what has been a very difficult period up till now. And I personally would like to thank David Price, because he has stuck by my judgment and my commitment to him, and hopefully I will deliver my promise to him, which is to take him all the way to the world title. I know he has the ability to do that. And we start a new chapter on a new TV company, a new era on BoxNation, and we thank them as well, and pleased to be joining them at a time when boxing does need some competition, because without competition it becomes a monopoly. And one man thought he was going to control boxing. Thankfully, because there are some other TV stations out there, we've been unable to stop that control of boxing and keep boxing, I think, fair and competitive. So today is to announce that Frank Maloney Promotions have signed a deal with BoxNation. We will feature 5 main fights on a Saturday night, featuring what I believe to be the best prospect and best heavyweight out there in today's market, and that includes Mr. Haye and the other British heavyweight, David Price. Our first fight is the 13th of October against Audley Harrison at Liverpool Echo Arena. I have a statement from Audley, who will be over in August and will hold his own press conference. He says, "Firstly, I'd like to thank David Price and his team for this opportunity. David has done no wrong so far as a professional and is a likeable guy. Whatever way you look at it, it's a crossfight with 2 Olympic medals travelling the same pathway. Me on the way with a question mark, and him on the way up. My career has had tremendous highs and incredible lows, and I've ridden my ship as best as I can. I looked great in some bouts, underperformed in others, and didn't show up on a few occasions, but will turn up at Liverpool, which really hurt my reputation. Ultimately, I had the spirit and tenacity to not give up, dust myself off, and give it another go. Life is what you make it. And from my humble beginnings to where I have been on my journey, I can truly count my blessings. My career was not supposed to filter out of television, so I've got myself back to where I belong, which is an accomplishment in itself. I'm not sure of the outcome on October the 13th, but I'll be there to win the fight. But I can promise the public that I will give my best in victory or defeat. That's all we can ask of ourselves." Audley Harrison, A-Force. So that's Audley's statement. The fight's on. We're set out for 7,000 people. We can move up to 9,000. Audley told me this will sell 15,000, but I'll be happy with 7 or 9. With that, I'll just throw the floor open for questions. I'd like to thank Jim Rosenthal from BoxNation, actually. Sorry, sitting here.
That's all right. I should be out there.
I know you should be.
David, have you ever come across Audley in the ring when you were very young, coming up?
No, I never did, but it's worth pointing out that this is it's a bit of a situation which I never thought I'd find myself in, was fighting Audley Harrison, because when I was growing up on the England team, everyone looked up to Audley Harrison, no less me, because I was a super heavyweight. He won the Olympic gold medal, and he was a bit of an inspiration. I won't, not afraid to admit that. In his amateur days, so people were comparing me to Audley Harrison quite a bit when he just turned pro, because I was coming through and I was going to be the next Olympian and at super heavyweight and whatever. So he was someone I always looked up to, and to be fair, he even called me before the Beijing Olympics to give me some advice and this and that. I mean, I haven't had much dealings with him. I've met him on a couple of occasions, but whenever I've met him, it's been alright. But make no bones about it, no matter which way you look at this fight, it's a massive fight. People can say what they want about Audley Harrison, but on his day, he can fight. He's proved that in the past. He just mightn't have his day that very often. But we're planning for the best Audley Harrison possible, me and Franny. So, it's a fight that really gets me juices flowing. When Frank phoned me and said we're going to go with the Audley Harrison fight in October, I was like, yeah, I can get up. It's exciting. You can get up for any fight, but it's Olympic year, it's 2 Olympic medalists, you know, it'll capture the imagination, and everyone's going to want to see two big men fight.
The year of the Olympics is great, 2 Olympians. It's something you dream of, isn't it? It is a big fight, as David said. Audley can talk, he can fight. You know, if Audley Harrison turns up on his night, which I believe he will, because it is his last throw of the dice, isn't it? And as he says, he doesn't want to go out on a whim, does he? So to me, this is exciting. This is a big fight. In a way, this is a bit like sort of Lewis and Bruno in a different category, or Lewis and Gary Mason. You know, there is something about this fight that catches the public's imagination. 2 big men.
People are judging him on the David Haye fight, which fair enough, he stunk the place out, and anyone will tell you that. But any heavyweight who hits as hard as Audley Harrison is always dangerous. And you know, if you've got the skills like he's got as well, it's going to be a dangerous fight, which is why it's good for me, because, as I said, it's getting me juices flowing, and I'm excited by the whole event, not just the fight, the build-up, because Audley's going to make the build-up interesting. He'll talk and he'll sell the fight. He might have like a bit of a superiority complex because he was Olympic gold medalist, I was Olympic bronze, so you know, he's going to believe he can win this fight. But unfortunately for him, this is different, and you know, I'm coming through, and as I said, I feel like anyone who stands in my way is just going to get taken out. I think we're giving Audley an opportunity what a lot of other domestic heavyweights wouldn't have given him, because you know, he is a dangerous opponent, and whether or not people are saying he'll stink the place out and people won't want to watch, people will be watching the fight no matter, and then you know, they don't know before the fight he's going to stink it out. I don't think he will with me, because I'll make it a fight, I'll make him fight, and it's going to be a good fight to watch. But you know, he'll create viewing figures, and he'll also, as I say, he'd also make a lot of other heavyweights walk the other way, because a lot of people will be like that at this stage. Who needs Audley Harrison now, you know? But we're willing to give him the opportunity because we think it's going to help develop my career as a top heavyweight.
He was actually in a good position, Audley, because there was another heavyweight who did want him. That's why I'm saying the negotiations were quite hard. So he got a little bit more than he should have got. So to make sure we secured him against someone else.
Any idea on the undercard, Frank?
Yeah, the undercard will have 2 other title fights on, and it will have the normal talent that we like to give the viewers. So we look forward to a new era in boxing.